Alright, welcome to our lesson on trig equations, which are fun to solve. This is where we get to apply a lot of the things we've been working on with identities, of course our algebra skills. And so let's start with this one. Solve 2 sine x plus the square root of 3 equals 0 in the interval 0 to 2 pi. And that's pretty typical that we'll do those intervals 0 to 2 pi. So I put our unit circle over here. You've got that close, I hope, as a guide. And so on that previous slide I showed some tips, right? Some things to help us. So you want to isolate the trig function. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me show you. So we want to get this sine all by itself. Let me get my pen to come up here. So we want to get the sine function all by itself. So let's subtract that root 3 over. So I'd have 2 sine x equals negative square root of 3. And then of course let's divide that 2 over to the other side. So sine of x equals negative square root of 3 over 2. Now the ones that we're going to work with are going to be nice values right off our unit circle. Obviously there's many other angles out there, and that's where inverse trig functions come in to help us solve those. But let's go ahead and just get a feel for this. So I want to know, where does sine equal negative root 3 over 2? Well, let's turn to our unit circle. Remember, sine is going to be the y value. So if we look down here, there's a y value. And so 4 pi thirds looks like a solution. Also, there's one right here. And so it looks like 5 pi thirds is going to be a solution as well. So what are our two solutions in this case? We have 4 pi thirds and we have 5 pi thirds. So not too bad, right? And then one other thing I want to check and show you how you can check yourself. If you go to Desmos.com, or of course a graphing calculator would work, but Desmos is an awesome tool. I've already graphed this. You can type it right in the way the equation looks. In this case, because it was equal to 0. And then a really cool thing, I went ahead and made my axis here from about 1 to 2 pi. And then if you just click on the graph, and I made my scale. In fact, let me just show you. I made my scale pi 6 just so it would show up in terms of pi along the x-axis. Then if you click on your graph, notice here it shows the x-intercepts. Pretty awesome. 4 pi thirds and 5 pi thirds right there. So we could verify very easily that we are correct.